Namaskar and very good afternoon to all the viewers. I, Dr. Renu Tomar, welcome you to the series of lecture on Importance of Technology in Education. Friends, this is an important topic from the perspective that nowadays we have realized that without utilizing technology in an appropriate way, we wouldn't be able to deal with the problems we might have due to certain disasters. COVID-19 is a disaster which has imposed on us that we have to educate our students, may it be at the school education or may it be at the higher education. We have to educate them by utilizing the tools which are being provided by technology in education. So friends, this is the topic which I have chosen intentionally as to discuss with you, so that we realize that why is it so important, how it is to be utilized aptly so that it remains interesting as well as it serves the purpose for which we are picking up the technology in education. Friends, what is educational technology, which is commonly called as edutech or edtech? It means that we are going to utilize computer hardware, software, certain educational theories, that is the approaches which have been given by psychologists or the philosophy like the cognitivist approach or the constructivist approach, and we have to facilitate learning. So the basic agenda is same which is in the classroom teaching also, that we have to facilitate learning. As to facilitate learning, here we are utilizing computer hardware, software, and it is not so that we have to do it only via PC. We can utilize the other mode also which are available to us. Other mode means the mobile phone, which has become most important nowadays, which is being used by all the children. Through the apps, they are being facilitated for learning. Educational technology basically means that utilizing technological processes and educational resources, they are going to function side by side so that the academic performance of the students can be improved. So from this, the conclusion we can draw is that this field, which is educational technology, is based upon the initiative to bring learners, teachers and technical means together in an effective way. In addition to the experiential knowledge which we draw from the educational practice, educational technology is also trying to provide certain theoretical knowledge. Why is educational technology so important? Because educational technology is emerging just like the other disciplines which are linked in the education, that is psychology, philosophy, sociology. Artificial intelligence is also coming up as a new field, as a wire through which educational practices can be improved. We can improve not just the panorama of the reach of education to the learners, but also we can work upon improving the qualitative aspect of the education and making it interesting. Friends, the COVID-19 has shown us that how the panorama can be improved or increased as far as reach of education is concerned, because presently, as all of us know, and we are viewing it for months together due to COVID-19, all over the world students are utilizing the technology as to learn. In fact, the phone has become a kind of a media of teaching. It is an interference between the teacher and the student. The teachers are interacting via phones. The teachers are taking tests via mobile phones or laptops. Interestingly, we have come to the stage where the previously educational technology only meant sharing of information, sharing of knowledge with the students, and which might be additional to the books. Presently, what we are saying is that the complete knowledge, the complete interface is being controlled by educational technology, and in fact it has forced us to think that how we can utilize educational technology as to convert it into experiential learning, as to utilize the various medias or various technological mode which are available to us, to utilize them in such a way that they add up to become experiential learning, experiential knowledge based upon the educational practices. So friends, when we talk about educational technology, now we can conclude that it is based upon, of course, the learning theories. Of course, it is based upon the computer based training, online learning and mobile learning, because mobile technologies are being used. Friends, now let us go back to the history of educational technology, or the history of use of technology in education. As far as educational technology is concerned, it can be traced back to the emergence of very early tools, that is the paintings on the cave walls. Friends, what were paintings on the cave wall depicting? If we have a look, we can understand that they were drawn for teaching as well as maintaining the history of the particular community or society or the caveman. They were doing painting on cave walls so that they can teach to the generations that how their practices, basic practices like hunting, practices like cooking, practices like raising of kids, practices like the social norms and the community, how they are to be passed on from one generation to another. At that point, human beings realized, as soon as they became humans, they realized that it is very important that we are able to maintain our cultural precedents for the generations to come, and for that painting on the cave walls was taken. But actually, when we talk about the technology, the first technology which was introduced was in 1900s, when Sidney Presser, he introduced mechanical teaching machine in 1920s. Friends, if you remember, those of us who have studied educational technology as one of the subject at UG or PG level, we would be knowing that the Sidney Presser's mechanical machine was huge as well as very cumbersome for the uses, but of course it was the first one to be used. Again, the educational technology was also used by US for training of soldiers through training films and other mediated materials. So, educational technology is not something which is being used only in the classes presently. It was something which was introduced way back, and it has been used in the training as well. So friends, let us talk about that, how we can improve the utility of educational technology. We shall also be discussing in this lecture that how far are we different from the 1990s and where do we expect ourselves to stand after 50 years as far as computer based learning CBL system, or you can say AI learning is concerned. Utilization of artificial intelligence in learning is concerned, where we are going to stand after 50 years or so. Friends, let us try to understand that how educational technology can bring constructivist and cognitivist learning theories. As we know from these theories that the environment has to focus on abstract, and whenever we are trying to teach that abstract, if we are not able to bring the abstract with the domain specific problem solving learning, we are not able to really teach the students. So, as far as the educational technology is concerned, this is one of a function which educational technology is serving in the scenarios which are being created by educational technology to make the students understand by utilizing the digitization of the information, to make them understand, to make them feel through 3D exposure that how the things are being done. For example, if we as students, when we were students, we hardly understood geography much. The reason was that we were being taught geography with the help of that plain map on the books. Now we have the 3D versions of the map, and that can easily be merged with the different kind of, for example, if a teacher is teaching geography and the topic she has chosen is the plateaus and plains and the mountains and the hills, then it will be very easy for student to understand those things, because the student is being exposed to 3D versions of that, and he or she can easily visualize. On the plain surface, on the book, of course, the student cannot visualize. So, educational technology has improved the learning process, has improved the learning in context scenarios by adding on what was missing in the knowledge. So, this is the most important aspect which we should not forget. Now, let us talk about why educational technology is so important for educationists. From the economist point of view, let us try to identify that why educational industry needs technology, how it can help the educational industry. One, as we have already discussed, it is going to increase human capacity. With the example of the geography teacher, we have understood that the geography teacher will be strengthened if the educational technology will help him or her in teaching the student understanding the maps, understanding the railways, understanding the systems of roadways. So, that can easily be understood by utilizing the 3D views, and so we can say that the first factor why technology should be used in education industry is that it can increase human capacity. Moreover, like today, we all of us are interacting through technology only. So, you are viewing me on the television. If you want to view me again, you can go to the YouTube and listen to me, as well as get advantage from the PPTs which I have prepared for you. So, thereby by listening to me again and again, you can have the advantage of the lecture I am giving in the present. So, technology can be used as to enhance learning. This is how the learner is being provided the advantage, as well as the teacher is also strengthened by that mode. Another, the second aspect which economists have pointed out for saying that educational technology has to be part of the education industry, capital deepening. That is, the workforce, when they are using the equipments, they will be more productive than the earlier version. How would they be more productive? When the technology is being used by them, then naturally that can be explained in a better manner. To give you an example of capital deepening, let us try to understand the utility of the whiteboard. When the whiteboard is being used by using the AI version, then naturally teacher can not just write add-on slides and apart from that add-on information from the different modes. So, teacher can be more productive by utilizing those equipments. Then the third point which has been given by the economist is higher quality labor. Of course, when the labor, that is of course the teacher over here, when the teacher over here who are part and parcel of the learning mode, they are the one who are responsible for making the students learn. They are the tools, or they are the facilitators as far as the learning of the student is concerned. Naturally, wherever teachers are involved, if they understand technology, if they know how to utilize technology, then they can provide more knowledge in an interesting way, which will add the additional value to the economic output. And important aspect is that whenever teacher is using the AI mode or any technology, then the technology innovation is creating, the workforce are being enhanced, the knowledge is being available for the learner for multiple times as well as in the different situations, and it can easily be understood by the learner, and thereby the workforce, the workers are improving as far as their ability is concerned. So, these are the 3 productivity factors. Now, let us try to understand what are the complementary which motivate us to take up educational technology for improving learning. The complementary approach would say that as far as the educational policies is concerned with the economical development, the technology literacy approach has to become part of it. Reason being, the students nowadays understand technology better than anything else, and because they are technological savvy, it is very important for the workforce to incorporate technological skill in their school curriculum as well as in their own teaching behavior. Only then we would be able to give advantage to our students. Another important thing which we need to understand that how technology can complement learning is that there is knowledge deepening approach, because the ability of the students is being increased and the workforce is able to use knowledge to add value to the society and economy. Thereby, the complex and real world problem can easily be solved by utility of the technology. To give an example, that whenever we are stating a problem on pen and paper or dictating to the child, then naturally the child can understand only one thing. By utilizing technology, our presence can also be felt by the student. Apart from that, we can also be, with the help of slides or using the whiteboard, we can be interacting with the child can also be interacting on the whiteboard, and thereby those real world problems can be more communicatively taught, and the complex problems can be streamlined as well as broken into the small levels, and thereby the students can be helped to resolve those problems. Friend, another reason for taking IT, or you can say technology, for complementing the education is knowledge creation approach. Whenever we talk about technology, technology means that we as teachers, that is workforce, we can be innovative. We can produce new knowledge. What is new knowledge? New knowledge means the knowledge of the context which is well presented, which is suitable to the students who are more technological friendly. So, this is also the reason why technology is seen as complementing the education practices and procedures. Friends, all of us know that if we want student engagement, if we want that the students understand as well as they can apply that knowledge, if we want students to become problem solver, if we want the students to be able to utilize the knowledge in such a manner that they can create something out of it, they can be innovative, then we will have to take them away from being passive listener to the active doer. Now, technology, whenever it enters the classroom, it enables not just the active engagement of the students, but also provide them equal access. The example I have just shared with you, the whiteboard. On the whiteboard, it's not just the teacher who can write, but student can also write simultaneously. Teacher can understand that whether the student is understanding or not, and a teacher can also understand that if the knowledge has been shared, is the child becoming capable and able as far as the problem solving is concerned, application based learning is concerned, that can easily be assessed by the teacher if the technology is being appropriately used in the class. Friends, I have used the word appropriately. That means if as teachers we are using technology only to deliver the lecture, then it is failing the purpose. So, it is very, very important that we use technology in an interesting manner. We need to be innovative in using the technology. This is the most important aspect whenever we talk about technology being used as a tool by teachers. Now let us try to understand what are the various type of technologies which are being used in the classrooms by all of us. First is the computer in the classroom. Computer in the classroom is being utilized by the teachers as to demonstrate new lessons, as well as present new materials, as well as share materials, and to show to the students, to illustrate to the students how those material can be used, how those new programs which have been shared by the teacher, how the information on the websites or information on various e-resources can be utilized by the students as to improve and enhance their learning. So this is one of the mode which is being utilized by the teachers in their classrooms, particularly the school teachers. Whenever we talk about the difference between the public and private school, usually we say that the private schools are better, reason being they are utilizing computing in their classroom. The teachers are not just enabled as far as utilizing the computers in the classroom is concerned, but also they use computers in the classroom in such a manner that learning enhances. Another mode which can be used as a teachers is class blogs and Wikipedia. Wikipedia, as all of us know, has come up a source which has lot of learning associated with it. But friends, let us be clear on the fact that as far as Wikipedia is concerned, that information has to be assessed by us of its appropriateness as well as of its accuracy. So this is the responsibility of the teacher whenever he or she is sharing the information from the Wikipedia with the students. And as far as class blogs are concerned, whenever we utilize class blogs with the students, then naturally they understand how to maintain the running dialogues. As a teacher also, we are continually in touch with the students, and moreover, because the students are being introduced to the journals, they are being introduced to the thoughts, they are being introduced to the new ideas through blogs, and the writing skill is improved, as well as they are understanding that how to place ideas one upon another as to make the things interesting. So class blog is a technique which can be utilized by the teacher as to improve their classroom teaching. Friends, as far as Wikipedia is concerned, of course, we can, as a teacher, we can create online encyclopedia which will be group focused and which will be allowing the students, multiple members of the students, to edit, collaborate and carefully edit the finished product. So this is how teacher can introduce the research aptitude with the students. Teacher can also guide the students as to use their learning as well as learn on their own by utilizing various e-resources. Friends, we shall be continuing with the same topic again in the second part of the same series. Presently, let me go, and I shall be joining you soon after a few minutes as to continue with the same topic. Namaskar, have a good day.